So the golf campaign in the Paris Olympics 2024 has ended. Aditi Ashok and Diksha Dagar are not going to get a medal because they are now outside of the top 20 at this point in time, and they have finished all their 72 hole course when you look at it. So basic problem for Aditi Ashok and Diksha Dagar was that they could not be in the top 10 right from the very beginning, because in round 3 it was disaster for Diksha Dagar and Aditi Ashok. Aditi Ashok in particular, 3 bogeys and a double bogey. That ensured Aditi Ashok slipped down further in contention, and because of that, it has truly been a very disappointing campaign for India's golfers at this point. Diksha Dagar had an even tougher time when you look at it. So 28th at the point of going live in the golf campaign, and tied 49th. That is the current position for Diksha Dagar in the Paris Olympics at this stage. Now, unlike what happened in Tokyo, Diksha Dagar and if you look at Aditi Ashok, had a very good campaign. At one point in the last day of the Olympics, she was almost about to win a golf medal. But this time, with the course being a bit more complicated and Aditi Ashok not having the ideal build-up as well, the 2 bogeys and that one double bogey that she had in round 3 ensured that, unfortunately, India's campaign in the golfing sport in Paris Olympics 2024 has come to a woeful end. Diksha Dagar, on the other hand, she had survived an accident, but then she was okay. She didn't get hurt that much. Her family also got injured slightly in an accident. So it was far from an ideal build-up at this stage. The bogeys that happened, the par stroke, today, if you looked at Aditi Ashok's play, she was well in contention to be in the top 10. And you don't know in golf how many fluctuations can happen. But now she is outside of the top 25 at this point. It was very tough for her to make a comeback. Today, she shot -2. She was well in contention. She was 2 under par at this stage. That is actually the minimum thing to be in the top 10. But unfortunately, she could not maintain the momentum of the previous 3 rounds. Now, I'll just explain how the golf format was in the Paris Olympics 2024. 18 rounds on one day. So 4 days in total, you had 72 holes. So 18 holes on round 1, 18 holes in round 2, 18 holes in round 3, 18 holes in round 4. And every player was divided in 4 colors also. So a certain section of the bib that is there. The color of the bib, so for example, Aditi Ashok was green, Diksha Dagar was purple. Those 2 colors meant that they would be playing at a certain amount of time on the course. So that is how the players would be slotted. Players would have their time in it, and that is why you saw from the very beginning, Aditi Ashok had actually jumped to 7th. After the end of round 2, Aditi Ashok was 7th. Diksha Dagar was in 13th. But round 3 proved to be disastrous for both Aditi Ashok and Diksha Dagar, because they slipped into the 40s. They were tied 41 and for 40 and 42 after the end of round 3, and they struggled to make ground after that. So a combined total of 290 when the leader is about 240 was not going to help them at all. So unfortunately, when you look at it, even the men's hockey team, or the men's golf team also didn't do well at all. Buller and all the likes, they also finished well outside the podium. Top 10 also was not achievable. They finished somewhere in the low 40s in that sense. So that's why a disappointing golfing campaign has come to an end for India in the Olympics. So with this, we only have one event to look up to. 10:15 or 10:25 p.m. IST, we will know whether India will be playing anything on August 11th. Because if the Kyrgyz opponent beats the American in the semi-final, then Ritika Huda will play her repechage round in wrestling freestyle 76 kilo tomorrow at 5 p.m. But if the Kyrgyz opponent loses, then India's Olympic campaign for Paris 2024 is over. So golf is finished with Aditi Ashok in 28th and Diksha Dagar 49th, tied 49th. The men had also underwhelmed, and that is why you can sum up one thing. India's golfing campaign, we never had medal hopes anyway of them. Now it is going to be a case of again exploring options and ensuring that Aditi Ashok has a better Olympics next time around. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. And don't forget to tap that bell icon. We are reaching a very important landmark of 500K. Help us get there before the Olympics. And don't forget to download the Sports Talk mobile app for all the information you need in English and Hindi. Bye bye.